way, but you're never gonna be me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking.
Hello, one and all, and welcome to another edition of the Geek Gauntlet podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan, and I have a cast of thousands with me tonight. Got a lot to get caught up on. So glad to be here this evening with everybody. Good to see everybody down joining me today. Good to see you guys. Let me go ahead and start bringing people in. First person we're bringing in, she is the queen of TikTok, and she's the queen of cosplay. Let me bring my girl, Catty. And Cat, what's going on? How you doing?
You know, just over here living the dream, William. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. Can't complain. Doing all right. All right. Next up, let me bring in. Really, Tyler? Really? Mr. Wayne? Hello, Mr. Wayne.
Mr. Wayne was my father. Call me Bruce.
Look at Bruce. Since you got your money back and you are rich again, let me buy a cool meal real quick. I'm good for it.
Sure. I'll get right on that. I'll get that right over to you.
All right. Let me go ahead and bring on our female resident streamer. Let me bring Diamond on. Diamond, what's up?
What's up, everyone?
Hey.
What up, Diamond?
Trying to make it. And last but certainly not least, the person who brings this show together each and every week. Let me bring my man Shaw in. Shaw, what's going on?
What's up? How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
Doing good.
Tyler, say something real quick.
Yes.
Okay, I hear you now. Okay. I thought it was just
is
me.
my,
Okay,
is
I
my
got
mic
you.
really quiet or something? Or
It was quiet at first, but I got you now. Real
okay.
good.
I was like, I can take the headphones off and just go back to my computer mic if I need to.
Oh no, you good. We got you.
Okay.
We got you. All right. Let's go ahead and get started with the show. Shaw, where we going with the list tonight?
All right. The first thing we got to talk about, unfortunately, is the passing of the great James Earl Jones.
Yeah, like so many great roles. Like, and like I'm kind of conflicted on this because like we all love James Earl Jones, right? But I really hate this idea of the new remake of The Lion King. But it was basically the last role he voiced is this upcoming new rendition of The Lion King. So part of me feels like I need to watch it because of that. Even though I'm like, we don't need another Lion King. We don't need more cat butthole.
Yeah.
Who asked for it anyway?
I don't know.
Disney
Yeah.
asked for
I was saying, Kat, so many
Money.
unanswered questions.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, Kat, I thought you would relate to other cats. I mean,
Yeah, but I still don't relate to CGI cat butthole.
if someone's looking at that, I mean, I wasn't going there, but I mean, hey, whatever you like. I mean, whatever you're into.
Well, James Earl Jones, best known for Star Wars, for Lion King, many other works like Field of Dreams,
Coming to
America.
America.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He was great in Coming to America. He was fantastic.
Yeah.
He
So,
was.
yeah. He's gone now, but not forgotten.
Oh, hell no. I'm never going to forget that, man.
Yeah.
Hell no. All right, what else we got on the list, my friend?
All right, so let's first talk about our shows. I believe we have the end of Ring of Power to talk about or something. I'm not sure.
The end.
I think we've got one more episode before the season.
Yeah, it's one
finale.
more. Yeah, it's one more. Yeah.
Okay, so for those of y'all that have seen it, what do y'all think about the last 2 episodes or so?
Oh,
I know the episode before last sucked.
well,
The
this
episode
one
before
tied a
this
lot of
one,
things
that
together.
sucked. There was no fighting in it. And then you didn't see my girl till later. Till like the end of it.
Well, yeah, and I mean, this was kind of where it tied a lot of things together because we really kind of got to see just how much power Sauron has in Celebrimbor because Durin went to Celebrimbor and said, "Hey, I don't know what you did to your rings, but bro, something's not right. Because this is what it's doing to my dad." And Celebrimbor was like, no, there's no way. There's no way. And Sauron essentially went and was like, well, we did keep the extra rings a secret. And then you also see in this episode where Sauron essentially convinces Celebrimbor that like everyone has abandoned him, even though he's the one that's telling people like, no, he just needs to work on this on his own. And I think the really impactful moment where you really see Sauron's power come out is when Celebrimbor is talking about how his city is about to be attacked. And Sauron's like, no, everything's fine. And Sauron walks him out, and Celebrimbor just sees the town, and everyone's peaceful, and it in this joyous mood, and the sun is shining. And then once he sends him back in, you see that transition into what was really happening. And the city was truly starting to fall under siege from the orcs.
My thing is, to me, and I know I shouldn't say this because I know the show is more than this in terms of storyline. I get it. But the thing I've come to expect from this show is action and rather than storyline. And if I can get a 50-50, I'm good. But when these episodes are just strictly storyline, they don't hold weight. They don't hold weight for me.
I will say, I feel bad I'm forgetting his name, but the elf guy, what's his face?
Oh yeah, I don't remember his name either.
Yeah, he had some great fight scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just proof that elves are sometimes just badasses. Okay.
When he had to cut himself out of that whatever it was in the quicksand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Will, were you not paying attention at that point? Like, did you miss that?
Oh, I don't think I did. What episode was this?
2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then this week's episode, when he's trying to sneak over to the orcs and stuff, and one of them catches him, he just takes on all 3 of them real quick, like nothing.
Awesome. I gotta catch up for sure.
I like him. What's with this thing introducing us to characters that don't actually matter to anything else in Lord of the Rings, but are so cool?
Are you talking about which character are you talking about for that? The shaman?
So what's up?
So you mentioned a character that doesn't really tie into the Lord of the Rings universe, but is so cool. Which character are you referring to?
With the guy, cuts out of the,
Okay.
I can't remember his name. Just because I think of him, and then I think of I've read the Lord of the Rings books, but I never read The Hobbit. I still need to read The Hobbit. But I remember watching The Hobbit, and I thought that one elf character, I was like, oh, she's really great. Why is she not in Lord of the Rings? And I'm like, oh, because she's not actually in the book. She's just created for the movie. I'm like, why are they giving us these characters that don't matter? They're so cool.
Well, I mean, they matter too, because sometimes, like, I mean, anybody who's ever had to translate a book into a screenplay,
sure,
they will tell you there are some things that just unfortunately do not translate from book to screen,
sure,
like verbatim.
Sure.
So you sometimes have to take a little bit of creative license with the characters themselves in order to get the bigger story across.
Sure.
And so I think we've seen that a little bit with the Hobbit movies. We have seen it a little bit with some of the things we're seeing in Rings of Power, but I don't think it takes away from the overall storytelling, so I don't mind it.
Sure, yeah, exactly. They've done a relatively good job with that, yeah.
Now let's move on to Agatha All Along. Anybody interested in seeing that. Anyone saw the first 2 episodes?
I did.
Mm.
I did.
I haven't
I'll let
seen it
somebody
yet.
else go that might have better things to say.
I forgot it was out.
What? You didn't like it, Cap?
So here's my thing. I thought Agatha was okay
Mhm.
in WandaVision,
Mhm.
but she wasn't really likable to me. Even as a villain, she wasn't likable. And we know that I like a good villain.
She's not the villain of that story, though.
Well, you're right, but the way they were trying to portray her in WandaVision was like the bad guy.
I know, just saying.
But for me, she wasn't likable in that series.
You just don't like Catherine Hahn, do you?
And watching the way they've started out with Agatha all along, which I understand like what's going on there, but they've made her even less likable for me. I'm just kind of like, eh.
How I see it, no, I'm not going to sit here and say that the first 2 episodes like, oh my god, this is the best thing. No, that's not what I'm here to do. What I will say though is I have a strong hunch seeing how much it's really tying back to WandaVision, which it appears to be doing very much. WandaVision, in my opinion, didn't blow me away with its 2-episode premiere. To me, WandaVision doesn't really become as amazing as it is until you watch from episode 1 to the end. When you get to that end point,
it's a slow burn.
It's one of those ones that once you get there, you're like, oh my god, this was wonderful. I'm so happy I watched it.
You do need those first 2 episodes though.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that they weren't bad. I'm just saying is like, had you told me like, oh, just from the first 2 episodes of WandaVision, do you think it's that great of a show? And I would have been like, well, it's okay, it's fine. I don't know if it's that great, but then you watch it from start to finish, you're like, oh, this is actually a really good show. So I'm wondering if that's what I'm going to get from Agatha. I wonder if I'm not going to get that like level of like, oh god, this is actually a good show until we hit the end, because I bet you there's a lot of things that could come out in the end. There's a lot of things that I think potentially, I don't know if I want to give like my thoughts of what could happen. I don't know if I want to put that out there unless people want to hear that, but there's definitely ideas that could come out of this.
Okay. Well, personally, like, I wasn't like super interested in the show at all. Like getting into it, I was just like, okay, I'll check out the first episode, then we'll see. Like one of my favorite moment was probably when I get that came out of it, and we kind of see that like the town likes her. The town try to like look after her. You know, they don't see her as the bad guy because, you know, like I say, she wasn't. However, there's 2 things that do interest me because I do like a mystery. One, that kid John Locke, his identity, who is likely going to be Wiccan, most likely, but Audra Plaza's character, that's something. Okay, so hear me out here. Okay, hear me out. Here's what we know about her. Agatha can't absorb her power for some reason.
It would kill her.
They have a thing in the past of some sorts. Probably a relationship or something, but they have a thing. They know each other. She specifically says she has a heart, but it's black. And then when the list comes up, she's referenced, specifically we know it's her, she's referenced by just a black heart. So the question is, who is she really? And since she was wearing nothing but black, I think she's Blackheart. As in the child of Mephisto. Totally would make sense. Totally fits with everything.
I mean, it could be.
It would actually be cool.
I'm game for anything Aubrey Plaza. I'm obviously, this is all just speculation what I'm thinking, but I'm wondering this would be really cool if Marvel could hold this to their chest, because this would be them keeping a really good secret. I don't know if they will. They're gonna try. Obviously, Agatha wants the Darkhold back, right? Mm-hmm. Scarlet Witch took the Darkhold with her, and when she went, mm-hmm. I would love for this to be bringing back the Scarlet Witch in that last episode. I kind of want to see her show up, see her back, and I really want that. It's dumb, and I don't even know if Marvel will do it, but I kind of just want to see that.
There's options, yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of ways to go with it, but I kind of just want to see her again. She was so good as Scarlet Witch, and I don't think the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was a great showing for her, because it was clear that when they were making that movie, they didn't watch WandaVision.
Disagree. Disagree.
Oh,
disagree.
Really? I'm curious. I would love to hear.
Tell me, what a part of Multiverse of Madness negates WandaVision or forgets WandaVision? What would you say negates it?
Well, two elements of it. One is at the end of WandaVision, the reason why she's gonna go looking for her kids is because they're calling for her, like screaming, because they're like something's coming for them. So
it's if you read between the lines, she hears. Basically, what happens is she's hearing that they exist in other multiverses.
What's up, Geek? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream.
They were calling out to her as if like something was coming for them.
Yes, that's a trick of storytelling. They were probably calling for some other reason, not for helping her simply like that. But she heard them talking in another universe. That's how that reading between the lines. That's what that is. What else?
I really think that they didn't interpret her going into the multiverse looking for her kids the right way. I think they tried to make her look too evil versus what she was actually trying to do, which was going searching for her kids, because they were, in my opinion, they were calling out to her like something was coming for her, so she needs to go rescue her kids. That sense of urgency, I think, would have fit the character way better.
That's not what happened.
That's
reading between the lines.
It depends how we interpret it.
All that we know that happened in the end of WandaVision, that post-credit scene, is that she heard their voice calling her.
They called for help.
The universe she goes to specifically is the one where they exist. So it could have been them asking for help for something small, asking for not her help, but the one of that universe's help, which is why she keys in on that specific universe. She is still the villain, by the way. Like, she was still the villain at the end.
Oh, I'm not saying she's not the villain.
More so because of the Darkhold, and because she's blinded by her own wants and desires. For lack of a better.
I guess, like I said, I'm interpreting it different than you are.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, like, when you take what happens in what we know in Multiverse of Madness, that kind of paints that a little differently. You know what I mean? She knows about the multiverse. She knows about things happening, and that's what that was. Her just seeing they exist. Maybe she thought they were calling to her, but looks through and sees, oh no, they're calling to me. They're calling to the Wanda of this universe, but they exist in this universe. So I want to go to this universe and get them in some way. That's my interpretation. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong. For my interpretation, I do disagree, just because I felt like that would make much better storytelling of this urgency of her needing to go find her kids because they're in danger. And
she wasn't urgent though. She was doing a lot of planning, so she wasn't urgent.
But that's what it set up at the end of WandaVision, was the urgency, and then
that's what
they got rid of.
They've done that before, where they make us, the viewer, think that something's happening, that it's going to go one way, but then when we see, the next appearance, it's another way. Doesn't negate what they set up, because it would just make us think something. You know what I mean? Like that's what a lot of what the end credits do. Like we thought that. Well, okay, I was going to bring up the original first few end credit scenes, but those don't really work because there wasn't a lot of planning. So yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. It's just different interpretations of those scenes. And I don't think there's a wrong way. Who knows what it could be. So that was my take on it, and I don't want that. I don't want her role in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness to be her last, just because WandaVision to me, I think, made her rise just so wonderfully, and I want to see her go out and have that like stardom of.
It's more than likely going to see her in some way, shape, or form. I mean,
we all know she ain't. We all know she ain't dead.
Yeah,
we all know that. So
hey, we all know comic books. Everyone's dead at one point.
Yeah,
everyone's dead in a multiverse somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jean Grey, the expert on that.
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, to move on. Anyone seen The Penguin?
I did watch that.
I didn't.
Okay, what do y'all think?
Well, so here's
Now,
the thing.
looking at cat reaction, I don't know if I want to watch it now.
I had high hopes for this because I really, even though like what I was seeing as far as like the initial images of the way like the way that Colin Farrell was made up to be the Penguin, and there was a lot of talk, but it's like, all right, you know what? People also were really skeptical when Gotham came out with the way they portrayed Oswald Cobblepot, and he ended up being an amazing character. The way that it came out, so I went into this really hoping it wasn't going to be, you know, season 12 of The Sopranos.
I was just about to say this.
So, and you know, if you look at the Oswald Cobblepot from Gotham, and I know that, and the main reason that I'm comparing them is because that's kind of the origin story they're going with, is how did Oswald Cobblepot, or in this case, Oswald Cobb, come to be the Penguin? So when you saw it in Gotham, it was this very much like you saw the scheming and the want to be a bigger part of the organization, whether it was Falcone or Maroni. I think it's Maroni, right? I get all my Italian mobsters mixed.
He's in all of them.
Yeah. So like he's kind of pulling the strings to kind of like benefit from both parties, but not end up on the bad side of either one. Here in the Penguin show, it's showing him as much more of a scheming to get his own way without thinking about the consequences. And the Penguin is smarter than that. Like we saw in Gotham. Like he knew where to toe the line where he wouldn't end up on too far into the bat on either side. From this one, even from the very opening scene, you kind of pick up through the conversation he's having with Andrew, right?
The son. The
son, yeah.
The Falcone son. He's nothing. He doesn't matter.
Right. But the conversation they're even having kind of indicates that everybody knows that Oswald Cobblepot is two-faced and that he's just looking out for him and he's just doing what's best for him, not what's best for the family. And let's face it, the Penguin wouldn't have gotten to become the Penguin if he was that blatantly bad at being a mobster.
Okay.
So really, I'm really kind of feeling that maybe what they're trying to do is, I feel like DC is trying to reach for the non-comic book audience here. And as a result of that, they've written, you know, the next season of The Sopranos rather than a true to the source is various source materials of the Penguin.
So I agree with pretty much almost everything you said. The only couple things I will say there is I like how you compared it to Gotham because this show is doing everything I wanted from Gotham that I didn't get from Gotham. But the problem is I'm not liking it so much here. In Gotham, when it was first introduced, the concept was supposed to be, hey, we're going to do a Batman show, but we're not actually going to focus on Batman. We're going to focus on Commissioner Gordon. And that was season 1. And I actually enjoyed it. And then the ratings just dipped a little bit. And so season 2 was like, hey, fuck Gordon. We're going to talk about Batman for the entire rest of the franchise. We're going to talk about Batman and all of his villains. Gordon will be there, but who gives a shit? Don't know why they did that because, Gordon actually could be a really cool character to do something with, but that's, whatever. This show is giving us a whole show about a character in the Batman universe without Batman. The issues I'm going to run into here with this is Matt Reeves made the Batman, right? It's Matt Reeves, right?
Yeah.
That movie to me is okay. I know there's some people who think the Matt Reeves Batman is top tier, best Batman movie ever. Cool, good for them. No hate. It's just, to me, it's okay. It's not, because they're trying to go for this level of just super realism in it, and Batman's not real, guys, because he's fighting insanely crazy things. He has so much money. He's doing you just got to realize, as much as we want to make Batman realistic, we just have to accept Batman's just nothing. You can't be the Chuck Norris of the superhero universe and be able to do everything. Okay, it's just not how it works. And so getting this super hyper realism into the Batman universe with this Penguin show, you're right. It turns out like The Sopranos. That's what we're watching. We're watching The Sopranos. I can't. The Sopranos was a super successful show, so this show has potential to be super successful. It is going to be a limited series, because I don't know if DC. This is kind of one of those projects that I'm sure Gunn was like, "Can we cut? Because I want to start my own universe." But DC's like, "Actually, we've already signed enough contracts, so we can't." And so they did it. Colin Farrell is a great actor. I think Colin Farrell is doing a pretty phenomenal job as Penguin. I think it's a different Penguin that we're used to. I think it is what I've had conversations with other comic book friends, is that for years I've wanted to see the Penguin just kind of become basically the DC Kingpin. And DC sometimes can do that, and then sometimes they pull back on it and make him goofy. And it's like, no, guys, like, I want you to make him serious. I want you to make him the DC Universe Kingpin, because that's what he could be. I think this show is setting up like the potential of his road to becoming the Kingpin. The issues I personally think you're going to run into here is that he is already on Batman's radar. So you're going to give me, I don't know how many episodes. I think it's supposed to be 8 or 9 episodes, I think, of the Penguin. I think it's supposed to be.
I think it's 4, actually.
Or is it 4? Okay. Well,
I think.
However many episodes we're going to get of this, you're going to tell me that Batman's not going to, like, clock something. I'm not saying I need Batman to be, like, the center focus. What I am saying is Penguin is already on his radar. So Batman needs to either A, show up and Penguin get away, or B, you need to have, like, why is Batman not there? Because he's off screen, a camera, like, you could have a TV on showing the news and he's, like, off fighting another organization. And actually, now I doubt they'll do this, because I know that they're nowhere near finishing the next Batman movie for Matt Reeves. But what would be really, really cool of them is, since this is all supposed to be connected, would be the last episode have, like, why is the Batman hasn't been here this whole time? Batman has been fighting something, and we have a sneak peek kind of at what is going to be in the next Batman movie.
Well, to your point, I think also with Falcone's daughter now being out of Arkham, and with as absolutely crazy as she was, like, to get in there in the first place.
Oh, she's a cray cray. She's
super cray cray. So, like, you can't tell me that Batman in any incarnation, even a young incarnation, isn't watching everything the two of them are doing.
Oh, he exactly. Even if this is supposed to be year one Batman, where he's a dipshit, he's still. We already know the Batman. We already know the Penguin's on his radar, and we already know the Falcone family's on his radar. So, like, the idea that these two, after this first shootout that has already happened in this episode, Batman better be on them by the next episode. I'll give it to them that maybe Batman didn't show up because this is daytime, and, you know, Batman can't really do anything in the daytime. At least not in his early days. But no, Batman needs to be showing up and either destroying one of Penguin's operations, or he needs to be showing up and, like, cracking down on the daughter of the Falcone. Like,
because the question right now really is, is the Penguin going to really be able to get any of his organizations happening with the way the Falcones are shutting everything down? Because in the early days of the Penguin, you know, it was that he was basically muling for Falcone. So, like, at least that part of the story is on point, but once they started talking about how they're shutting this down, we're shutting that down, it's not your choice, we're moving this here, and kind of taking the Penguin out of the equation. Well, wait a minute here. if you're literally taking all of his resources, like, how's he going to become the Penguin?
It's going to be interesting. I will say, as disgusting as it is, with the realism, the makeup that they do on him, we see his fucked up feet. We also
you're not going to find those on Feet Finder.
I'm sure someone will. But we also see him butt ass naked tied to a chair, and so they had to they had basically
he had to have a full suit. Yeah,
because wow, Colin Farrell, wow. There's a lot there.
So here's the funnier part about that, and like, I mean, it all is makeup. Let's be really honest with that, because one thing that I'm really enjoying about the way HBO's handling their shows is they all have like a little 10 to 15 minute behind the scenes kind of deal.
Yeah. Yep.
And like, trust me, there was a minute where I was like, did Colin Farrell have a Mickey Rourke moment?
Did he gain some weight? What's going on?
I was like, did he go get bad plastic surgery and then put on all this weight? Or is this legit all makeup? And then like you see him in the filming of the behind the scenes, and he's got like the mask half off, and and it's the Colin Farrell that we remember from Gladiator. And but I mean, which goes to a lot to say about like, the fact that he's able to kind of embody that whole thing, because you move differently. Plus you're portraying someone who it looks like, even though it's more like they're putting it in modern day, so there's like smartphones and everything else. But he's got the thing on his foot like he's like as if he'd had polio. Yeah. Which by the time he would have been born, polio would have been eradicated, since they're setting it in modern day.
Again, this is that hyper realism that they're trying to go for that doesn't fully fit.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, we also got the teaser trailer for Minecraft. Anybody see that? And what did you think?
Oh my god!
I'm just gonna say I'm not the audience for that.
Nobody's the audience for
it. It looked bad as
somebody high up was like, "I like money. Minecraft makes money. Let's just make a Minecraft movie." And someone's like, "We should do a realistic one." No, we're just gonna do the shittiest fucking version we can. Kids will buy it. We're fine.
It's like, oh my god, I'm pretty sure kids won't buy that.
Yeah, well, they're just hoping a bunch of 8-year-olds will convince their parents that they really want to go
because it's a Minecraft movie. Yeah,
people who have no idea.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like,
it's the Minecraft movie, mommy. I want to go see it, man. Hell no.
And here's the thing, I love Jason Momoa, but what's with him every so often jumping into these movies that are kind of bad?
I think he just doesn't care. He's like, I'm just gonna do it. Why not?
Exposure in that check.
Is he gonna be like Samuel Jackson, who just never says no to any role? Like, oh, sure, I'll take it.
There are some things he has turned down, but I think sometimes too, there's also this like, would you expect to see Jason Momoa in a Minecraft movie?
After he did that Netflix movie where he was like the dream thing, kind of,
which was amazing.
Here's the thing. I think it was good, but I think they overhyped it. I don't think it was the top level tier that some people were calling it.
I think it was, but you really kind of, it was different. Let's start with the fact that it wasn't a remake of something else.
Sure. Yeah.
So let's give Netflix credit for that. It wasn't just like another sequel number of whatever.
When you make 1,000 projects, one of them's got to be different, right?
I don't know, Disney. Could Disney make another project and have it actually be original?
Oh, no, Disney doesn't make 1,000 projects. They make 15 projects that are exactly what they've done for the last 100 years.
Yeah. So, but I think it may have been a little bit overhyped, but I don't necessarily think that was on him. I think it was more a matter of I think it was a situation where maybe some of the things that would have made it seem a little less chaotic may have ended up on the cutting room floor for time.
Sure. Yeah. No, he's a good actor. So there hasn't been anything I've seen him in that I think he's done bad in. Obviously, I still remember him from his Stargate days. I love him back then.
Right.
I remember him from his Baywatch days.
Well, I was gonna say I also remember him being in a scene. What was it? Johnson's Family Vacation. Is that?
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, I think it's Johnson's Family Vacation, but he's basically playing his Baywatch character in that movie, and it was just funny to see him there. But yeah, no, Jason Momoa is great. So I have no negative against him. He's always done wonderful. It's just he keeps showing up in some of these like kind of like what The Rock keeps doing, where The Rock keeps kind of showing up in a bunch of things, and it's like, what?
Well, I think Jason Momoa is trying to, in some ways, avoid the typecast. Because think about it. Other than the fact that Khal Drogo didn't talk, very similar character to Ronan. And I think, and then, you go into Aquaman, and Aquaman was more modern day, but it was still this like excessively macho superhero stuff. And so I think he kind of wanted to try and distance himself from some of that. So he wasn't just constantly getting stuck in those roles. Kind of like you see with John Cena.
I get it.
John Cena started out as an acting guy. And now John Cena does everything, and he's amazing.
You just can't see him, though. I mean,
I ain't gonna say and say everything he did was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on. I hope you guys will give me a moment. I just have some music news I want to talk about real quick. First up, Kendrick Lamar will be headlining the Super Bowl halftime. Any thoughts on that?
I'm happy about it. I don't really care much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of neutral on that. Like, the last Super Bowl that I cared about was when they had like Eminem and Dre.
Mm-hmm.
And then last year, I just, I watched it afterwards and was like, how did that stage not collapse?
Damn.
No, it almost did because they blocked it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they didn't take into account, like when they're doing the blocking, they accounted for the weight being on there,
Right.
but not for all the jumping. And yeah, they almost lost the stage at the Super Bowl halftime show last year. It almost collapsed. They sent people running under there with extra support beams to keep it from collapsing.
It don't matter to me. As long as they ain't Taylor Swift, I'm cool.
Not a Swiftie there, Will?
If it's Taylor Swift, I ain't watching it.
I did. You're anti-Swift. All right.
I ain't no shit. I ain't no Swiftie, whatever it is.
You just don't like that millennial country poppy music?
Nah.
I found it pretty weird that people were mad that Lil Wayne wasn't performing at the halftime. But I'm like, Lil Wayne hasn't been thought of for like 6 years. Just leave him alone. Why y'all mad now?
Leave him alone.
Wasn't Lil Wayne part of the show last year?
No. Wait,
No,
what's that? No, that was
Leave Britney.
No, Little John, not Lil Wayne. Yeah. I'm sorry. They were in that genre where everyone was little. Like, I can't keep them all straight.
Little you. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
But nah, man. I hope she actually sticks out with Travis Kelce. I hope she works that thing out, because if it don't, that's gonna be her next hit song.
22.
That's gonna be her next hit song.
All right.
Now I gotta just next time we on just sing a bunch of Taylor Swift songs or see how many Taylor Swift lyrics I can insert into the.
Y'all
podcast.
gonna be hosting the show your damn self that night. Y'all gonna be hosting the show about your damn self that night. Will ain't showing up. Hell no.
I'm gonna insert as many Taylor Swift lyrics in the next
Hell
episode
no.
as possible, and I'm gonna
Kicking
do it in
your
a way
ass
that
out.
he's not gonna recognize.
I'm kicking your ass out.
We can't figure out why we can't hear Tyler. Like,
Can't
what
hear
happened to his
Tyler.
mic?
No.
I'm sitting here having a tally checkmark to see how many. It's like in Super Troopers where it's like I need to say meow so many times. I'm gonna be seeing how many times I can say a Taylor Swift lyric until he mutes me.
Man. I caught heat for that last year too, y'all. I caught heat for that by a lot of females. Not that I gave a damn, but I caught a lot of heat. Not that I give a damn.
If it's not your music, it's not your music. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's not for me.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
for
fine.
me.
I just love to have fun with it.
I think Taylor's great. You're blind. You're missing out. You really don't know what good music really is. Had somebody there email me, call me Mr. Morgan. Mr. Morgan, I am offended by you and your opinion on Taylor Swift.
The Swifties are coming for the podcast.
CC, everyone tuning Taylor Swift in there.
You mad?
So what I'm hearing is,
Come on now.
if we get the Swifties, we're gonna have an episode with like 2 million views.
Will, say
Possibly.
something crazy about Taylor Swift.
I'll
Yeah.
stay the hater.
You know
Because I don't like
crazy?
it no way.
What if
So
we got
I'll-
Taylor Swift to be on here?
That's gonna be the title of next
DM
of
her.
the show. It's gonna be Taylor Swift. He's gonna go up there and change it and goes F Taylor Swift or something, and then
F
we
Taylor
have
Swift.
6,000 million views.
Damn right. F Taylor Swift. 20
All
million.
All right, moving on.
Sean's like,
Um,
I'm done with this conversation. Okay.
Sean's like, I forgot how crazy y'all are.
Damn.
So moving on, I want to do a little defending of Emily Armstrong, the new co-head vocalist of Linkin Park, because there was a lot of talk when we brought it up, and there was a lot of misinformation, a lot of stuff.
What'd she say?
Well, not what she said at all, just a lot of people online talking about it without actually understanding certain things.
Oh,
As far as the Danny Masterson thing, as soon as the charges came out, she, distanced herself. So as far as that's concerned, yeah, nothing. Now, as far as Scientology thing is concerned, I have a couple things I want to say about that. First, just because someone is in a certain religion, or in this case a cult, doesn't mean they believe in the worst aspects of that religion, or in this case a cult. Like, say someone like Lizzie Sterling, she's a Mormon, doesn't believe in the worst aspects of Mormonism. Secondly, now this is just what I think. I think like celebrities who are in Scientology are not exposed to the negatives of it in order to help gain more people, but that's just what I kind of think. So maybe not. I don't know. Thirdly, understand that the victims of cults are the people who are in said cults. So like, understand that.
that makes
Now,
sense. That makes sense.
Now, with all that said, because none of that actually matters in this situation, she's not a Scientologist. She was born to a family that is in Scientology, but she herself is not a Scientologist. We know that because she's openly gay.
Oh shit.
Okay.
And so she's not a Scientologist. Now,
I didn't think that was an issue with the Church of Scientology.
It's
I
one of
mean,
them
the
issues.
Church of Scientology is based off of aliens. Let's start right there. So it's not like your typical
Based
Christian
off of
religion.
How much money's in your
It's
bank
just not
account?
one of the worst things in it. It's just it's
I don't-
there. It's just not one.
I
of the
really
worst
don't know
things.
enough about that religion to really comment on it. So I'm gonna keep to myself on that.
You just have to make sure your debit card has enough money in it to swipe when you get in the doors.
Exactly.
That's all it is. And once you're in the doors, then you
Mhm.
can do all your cult stuff inside. No one needs to know.
Yeah,
about
as
it.
long as you don't talk bad about Tom
Religion.
Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just go inside and you do all your cult stuff, and when you come out, you say, "Look, I went to church. It's all good." But actually, you sacrifice some whatever thing inside. Who knows?
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I wasn't behind the first time I heard Emptiness of the Machine yet, but like second time I heard it, I was behind
Not
it.
bad.
She sounds good.
Oh, yeah,
It's
she sounds good.
Many rock bands lose members, so then they get people to replace them, and it's not like deleting everything that was before. It's just moving forward. So
Yeah.
so that's my defense. Anyone have any conjecture or anything?
So here's the thing. I don't think the fans actually were upset about like, oh, she's ruining the sound or anything of that nature. I think it really kind of got back
That was a concern. That was a concern.
to more the matter of your talent needs to be greater than your drama. And in her particular case, it wasn't. And
But the drama wasn't her. The drama was the fans. The drama
Yeah.
was the fans bringing up stuff that does not actually apply, like I just mentioned.
Well,
It
they were
comes from
reasonable
somewhere.
questions. They were reasonable questions, and she addressed
like I
them,
said,
and
that
we
they
got the
weren't.
answers.
Like I said, that they weren't reasonable because it was just you do a little research, you find she didn't defend Masterson, when the stuff came out, and she's not actually a Scientologist. So all
There
that
were,
stuff
like-
that was talked about that doesn't actually apply to her. She's not the one that brought up anything. You know what I mean?
Sure, but you don't have to bring up something to be associated with something. Like,
Right.
especially if it's something you don't want people to know about. So, like, if something isn't in your past, which these things were in her past, you're right. Maybe they didn't have all the answers. No,
these things are not in her past. She's kind of related Scientology to her family, but is no way connected to them. She was
at a banquet in 2013 with the Scientology.
So what?
She was in 2013. She was at one of the Scientology banquet balls or whatever. They have pictures of her there.
Probably. Well, we don't know anything full, but I would assume that's something about her family.
Oh yeah, but again, it is in her past. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying she is a Scientologist. I'm trying to say is, people saw something from her past. They brought it up because they wanted to know the answers now, especially because right now the Church of Scientology is under investigation for a lot of basically sex cult stuff going on, which is not good, with like minors and everything. And of course, with the whole possibly her being friends with someone who had allegations of sexual assault charges, people were curious because unfortunately we did just in the last couple of years have a couple cases of celebrities doing bad stuff and celebrities standing up for them. So like, I think it's a reasonable question, but once the answer is there, I think everyone should drop it because the answers are now there. So like
exactly, that's what I'm saying, because those answers were there. People just weren't looking for them.
Well, but that's also because they didn't know her as well. Because here's the thing. Some of the reason that it was kind of like questionable, especially with the Danny Masterson situation, is because she went and sat like in that row where the family that's supporting the accused sits during his trial.
There was also a few tweets around that time as well.
Right. And so now, obviously, you know, as more and more came out about that, she may have been like, whoa, okay, I misjudged this situation. And kind of distance herself from there. But because she didn't publicly come out after she did it, people are making this basis based off of things that they can see. Yeah.
And you know how mobs do. Mobs don't get all the answers, unfortunately, because people a person is smart, people are dumb. And so that's how it is. But again, I do think the questions were reasonable to be asked, because if that information isn't fully present, because it wasn't all present. Some of it did come out because of, as you said, she didn't have the celebrity stardom that she has right now. This exact moment, she didn't have the spotlight the way she did. So some of those answers weren't real. They weren't super upfront for people to find. So when her bad stuff comes up, because of course anyone in the spotlight, your bad stuff's going to come up because people are shitty and people are going to look for your closet. But guess what? When those bad things come up, she had a good answer to correct them, and that's good. I think now we have the answer. Now let's move on. Yeah. But I don't think it's wrong to ask the question.
All right, no problem. All right, so next up we got some similar stuff mentioned. Some talk from Jenna Ortega, picture number 3. Something interesting I thought y'all might want to talk about. Yo, William?
I've seen this.
Will's like, I'm trying. Hold on.
Yeah, I've seen this conversation before.
Yeah, so she has come out against gender swapping characters, which is what we've all been saying. You know, gender swapping for no reason is not good. What are y'all thoughts on this?
So this is slightly taken out of context, because someone had asked that if there was a Edward Scissorhands made where they swapped Edward Scissorhands for a female character, would she play the character? And she said no, because of the fact that she feels, and I mean, I agree, women should have their own lead roles. Now, however, are there certain things like the example they're using here with the Penguin in the new animated series? I'm not mad at the female Penguin. It kind of works for the story.
The reasoning is bullshit, though. Like, okay, but the reasoning behind it is bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's no other female characters. Bullshit.
There are plenty. Right.
Make some or use ones that actually exist.
Right. So, I think they would have given a different explanation for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't be mad at Jenna Ortega's opinion on that, because she is right. Women, there should be, and there are plenty of available roles for women on their own if these studios could just get creative enough to not just keep recycling everything from the last 40 years.
Yeah.
And-
If there's a reason for it, then cool. But if there's not, like if the reason is just to make money, then that's not a reason.
Yeah, and I don't think a female Edward Scissorhands would work, honestly. I think like the way the story was kind of
I'm
needs
sure
to be
Tim
a male.
Burton's looking for any money he can find. So I'm sure Tim Burton will be like, I'll come back. I'll do it.
Yep.
Well, I mean, but the thing is,
I'm back
though,
on top from Beetlejuice.
Yep.
Well, yeah,
here's
he's
the
also
thing. Tim
writing
Burton
like
has
4
enough other
episodes for
ideas.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
What did you say, Kat?
Tim Burton probably has enough other ideas floating around,
True.
but every studio right now is stuck in this mindset of let's just rehash the last 40 years because we like member berries.
This is such a good conversation because there's a scenario, there's a situation that happened a few years ago in a big franchise that this almost happened, and unfortunately they actually set it up in a good way, but because the fans are stupid, because there wasn't enough push like for this, it got canceled. And what I'm talking about is 007. I don't know if you guys remember the last 007 we had was is it No Time to Die or something like that. In that movie, we do get a female 007, but they make some strong and very valid arguments that she's not James Bond, she's 007. 007 is just a number. James Bond was in that movie, and so and here's the thing: they set up that movie really well for spoilers, guys. Sorry, James Bond dies. But they set it up, a couple years later. Sorry,
Hold on. That's just so disrespectful, Tyler. That's so disrespectful, sir.
Sorry.
How do you do that to people?
Well, you know what? You're a little late to the party if you haven't seen it yet.
I swear, man.
Legitimately, I haven't cared
007
about-
died.
Legitimately, I haven't cared about James Bond in like
Yeah,
But my point is,
we ain't cared in
is talking
years.
about gender swapping, that kind of stuff, is in that
Yeah.
movie. They did a really good job at setting up a female 007. She wasn't a female James Bond. She was a female 007. And in those types of scenarios, I think could be really cool because that's clever writing. That's doing something really smart and being able to continue the franchise the way that, like,
Shaw.
the way
Sorry.
007 has always been, where you've had.
Stop stealing. Hey, Shaw, stop stealing the potato chips, man. Come on, man. Stop stealing the potato chips at the store. Come on, man. I know you're hungry, but damn.
They're gonna follow the Cheeto crumbs back to
They
the
don't
place.
follow the
okay? They're
crumb
gonna-
right to your house, dog.
But like, so being able to do something clever like that, I think would be great to see. I'm okay with seeing that because that's something smart. That's something that they were able to do. But you're right, just going in and being like, Edward Scissorhands is now a girl.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean, it's like Doctor Who when they brought in a female Doctor Who. The story doesn't say the Doctor has to regenerate as male.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the Doctor
See,
could regenerate as an Ood for all we know.
See, the
Hey,
Doctor being
you know.
female was fine. It's just that the writing for
Yeah.
that entire season was
Tyler,
shit.
Yeah,
Tyler, we've seen gender swaps in comics, but we've seen it go to we've seen it go the other way in comics. You remember when Wonder Woman was there was actually a Wonder Man in the comics?
I do.
That was pathetic as hell. It was funny, but it was pathetic as hell.
They've done a lot of things with comic books in the last 100
Yeah,
years.
you see it in
I'm like,
comics. Yeah, you see it go the
Gender
other way
swaps
around.
can work in certain situations. It's just that you kind of got to be careful because sometimes it's, just look female version and then not good writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it kind of does depend because there are some situations where gender swapping can work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it depends on how you do it and what the purpose for it is. And
Exactly.
that's why, I don't think it's a black and white situation. I don't think where it's like, oh, you can never do
Sure.
it. Well,
Very true.
so yeah,
All right, you guys. Let me roll over real quick.
I'm gonna roll over. Hold on, let me just roll over.
I'm gonna roll over the diamond real quick. Sure, what video game news you got? Now, you got any video game news for us?
I do.
ahead. Lay
So
it
I
on.
got the PlayStation 30th anniversary hardware was announced for their regular PS5, PlayStation Portal, and PS5 Pro.
is this the one with no hard drive that
Yep.
is like $100 more than any other console?
Yep.
Persona 4.
Is it
Persona 4.
that one?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
That thing ugly.
$700.
Yeah.
Plus $100 more.
Damn.
Cody's like, give us your money.
Damn.
700. It's like what, like an extra $100 for the hard drive, right? For the
Yeah.
disk drive.
Yeah.
Guys,
It's 100,
this is exactly what they did with the PS3 when it first came out. They jacked it up to an insane amount of money.
That's
and then
fact.
about 3 to 6 months later, after the holiday season was over, they lowered it down by about $150, $200.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
but
fact.
you already have a PS5 already. Why do you need the PS Pro for? That's literally
Because-
like
Because
Have
money.
you
negligible.
met Apple people?
Mm-hmm.
you're not
I have
wrong.
to
my-
have
my-
the phone
hey.
every 6
You're
months,
not
okay?
wrong.
Hey, my Apple Watch Ultra 2 cost me $7.99.
You're not wrong.
It's worth
that's-
it, but damn.
Sony's just seeing it this way, and guess what? I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of years we're going to see more subscriptions ideas where Sony's just like, would you like to subscribe to keep getting the new console? It'll be
Yep.
$80 a
Yep.
month, and you get to have the latest console. And when a new one comes out, we just send you the new one. It's just $80 a month, so much cheaper than $700, right?
Times that by 12. Times that by 12.
Don't tell them how that works. Quiet.
What's on marketing schemes? That's bad.
Yeah, Will, quiet. Sony's over there like, shit, this is actually good. I'm writing this shit down. Hold on.
It's like, write it down.
Yes!
Write it down.
Over
my
in
goodness.
Japan, they're like, oh, God, that's all.
And then Vincent Zampella confirms that the next Battlefield will take place in modern time and it'll supposed to go back to Battlefield 3 and
that's
4 or peak Battlefield.
That's
I was
right.
like, hasn't there been plenty of battlefields in modern time?
Yeah, but 3 and 4 are where it's like peaked, and then everything else afterwards is like downhill. Like it kind of didn't like hold up to what 3 and 4 was.
I will say Battlefield has. I remember being at GameStop and Battlefield and Call of Duty were the biggest games, and then Battlefield just kind of fell off and Call of Duty overtook them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I think after Bad Company, they tried to fall a little bit too in line with what Call of Duty was doing. Only you had more of the like, yes, you could still like have the destructible terrain and all of that in Battlefield, but the story was just too much the same.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to be spending that kind of money, why are you going to spend it twice?
Facts.
And then Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered digital version just released, while the physical copy will release November 8th of this year.
Okay.
Just in time for PS5 to come out.
Oh, yeah.
PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
We're not going to bundle it, though, because we're not going to do that. We're just going to make GameStop give you the deal of if you pick it up, you can get $5 off the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. $5 off. That's
A whole
that's
$5, not go from
You know
70
what?
to 65.
I got to say one little joke here. I don't know if anyone follows the GameStop Instagram. What a joke. Because all they've been posting, because they're trying to push really hard about like their retro gaming and everything. All of their posts have been like, can't you see? GameStop has the best deals. It's so great. I bought this Pokemon game for $60. Isn't it great? I'm like, that's a deal?
Literally,
that game is 15 years old. That's a deal?
Like literally, I have Pokemon Platinum. That game is going for $75. I'm like, I had bought this for $15 on sale.
I wonder if GameStop's ripping people off with those Pokemon games, because those batteries don't normally last that damn long.
Well, also, I'm
So
sure
when
this
the batteries
people-
when the batteries die, you can't save shit.
Have you been seeing what they've been doing with the graded cards?
Oh yeah, the new game coming out. Yeah.
Well, with the graded cards, they'll be selling them. You can look it up. Okay, this card is worth like $20. On GameStop's website, it's worth $65, and it's like, oh, but GameStop has great deals, guys. Can't you see?
Nope, I can't see it.
Like, what great deals?
What great deals?
I went to GameStop. Yeah, GameStop doesn't know what a deal is. I still remember the days when they were pushing so hard for us to do used games, but like during holiday season, a new game would be down to like $40, and the used would still be $54.99. And they're like, we need to convince people to buy the used one, okay? Who in their right mind is going to buy the used one for $20 more?
Right.
I'm still holding grudges over GameStop for me trading in my $60 game for like $5. I'm like, how dare y'all? After a week?
GameStop sucks.
Yeah, they do, and they suck to work for it too. I used to be a third key holder, and it sucked working there.
Yeah,
but they made you sell. They made you sell every damn thing. The GPGs, the damn Game Informers. You ain't get no commission.
You got to get your circle of life in, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then a new Yakuza game is going to be released around the end of February of next year, where you play as Majima in like a dragon / pirate like game.
A dragon pirate?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
It's
I'm
Majima, so it's like anything that has to do with Majima, I'm down.
a dragon pirate. I love it. I'm sold.
And then Sony plans to have a state of play next week on September 24th. Along with that, Final Fantasy 16 released on PC, and so did.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I love Final Fantasy.
Nice. I like Final Fantasy too. And then God of War Ragnarok is also available on PC, where it has mixed reviews. And then I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like Dragon Age Valengard had some new play teasers. So I'm just excited about that one. Hopefully BioWare doesn't try to screw me over with paying actual money for this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, they will.
Yeah. I hope they don't get you like the Madden crowd.
Yeah, I'm just like, y'all take my money, just take it all.
They make
I
you,
want to play as old school characters. Heck yeah, just give me it.
Give me the money.
Yeah, just
Give
give
it
me
to me.
that debit card and
The
we'll get
debit
that
card,
going
please.
right now.
Give us that rush card,
Money,
But,
please.
please.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that kills me from video game news, and we all knew it was coming, because we all knew it was coming. Nintendo is finally suing Paul World.
Yeah.
Finally.
Right. Yeah.
We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I really don't want Nintendo to win. I really don't. Because
Me neither,
Nintendo, I still love all the posts of showing like all the Pokemon characters are basically stolen Dragon is it Dragon 8? No, what is it? Dragon Quest
Yeah, Jack Quest. Yeah.
characters. So yeah. Pokemon, Nintendo, get fucked.
Well, here's the thing: is Nintendo right now is currently going through, and I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, or maybe we were talking about it in the chat, that Nintendo is very, very heavily now jumping on tracking down and going against IP infringement, because their concern is they still want to maintain more of that, like for their games that are designed for kids, like Mario, Yoshi. They've realized that some of the fan art has gotten a little bit out of control.
Facts.
And so they're
Don't you be going against my Bowsette, okay?
So with that, their concern is that this fan art that's being created is potentially going to damage the image of these IPs as being being family friendly.
Right.
And my thing is, well, Nintendo, if you want Call of Duty on the Switch, I think you're kind of giving up your family friendly brand image at that point. But here's kind of the thing with that too, is you're seeing it across every aspect of the world. It's not just gaming, it's not just music, it's not just movies. We're in not the best of economies.
Yeah.
And these companies are trying to make up some of those losses. So hey, if we can get someone on some of these places on IP infringement, and they have to pay us, then maybe we can make up some of those gaps that we haven't been able to make up in other ways.
It's not even losses. What it is this concept of every quarter we have to make more money, and for some reason, I guess they haven't figured out that there's not more money. Like, no, it doesn't exist because all the big companies are hoarding it. So like all of us have no money to give them. So they're like, that's weird. We predicted to have 100 million, but we only got 90 million this quarter. That's so weird. I guess we gotta like go after the people and charge them $700 for our next console.
Well, I mean, but the way against that is you don't go buy the console.
Oh,
Facts.
but the problem is, have you met gamers, Kat?
Well, no, but the problem it's not even the gamers. It's the resellers.
The scalpers.
So,
I will
the scalpers,
definitely say that they are a big problem. I will give you
Yeah,
that.
they're going to go out, they're going to buy up all the consoles, Now, hopefully, what will happen is the same thing that happened during COVID. Sorry, I know I'm not supposed to say that word. During the dark times, is these people went out and they rushed out and they bought all the PS5s and Xbox Series X's and S's. And they were trying to sell them for double and triple. And finally, gamers were like, nah, bro, we good. And these scalpers got stuck with all these consoles they couldn't unload. And most of us were just like, well, we're just going to wait till they become available. And, we'll just hang for a bit. So hopefully, I mean, and here's the sad part about that, though, is that means that the companies that are manufacturing these they're still getting their money for it. So they're not learning their lesson about the overpricing.
Yep. But
because it's just a PS5 Pro and most people just barely have gotten their hands on a PS5 in the last year and a half, a lot of people may be like, nah, we good.
Well, it's going to be essentially who's going to be suffering is all the companies that are putting out games, because when they don't have a bunch of people, especially if they put out like, I'm going to put out a new exclusive, whenever the PS6 comes out, they're going to put out an exclusive PS6 game, and they're like, weird, it's not, we didn't have 1,000 people buy it for some reason. Well, yeah, because 1,000 people don't have your goddamn PS6 because they're not going to pay $800-900 for your stupid console.
I'm just waiting until the PlayStation 5 Slim or PlayStation 5 just drops in price. Like, just bring out the PS5 already, PS5 Pro, so I can just have the.
I wasn't happy that I caved and bought a PS5, but I couldn't resist that Spider-Man console.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
It had Venom on it. How can you say no?
All right. Anything else you got, Diamond?
Mm-mm.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and pick this thing back up.
All right. So I want to talk about the Geek Week Netflix specials. They did a bunch of drops about upcoming shows and stuff. First, we got the casting for Toph for the Avatar: Last Airbender season 2. That will be a actress by the name of Mia Chek. Anybody heard about that or interested in that?
I don't know if I actually finished the live action Avatar. I need to go back and finish. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing, though. So, is this going to be live?
Yeah, it's season 2 of the live action.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a little older than I'd like, but hey, still looks good.
Is she just as blind?
Oh no, she's not blind, but they are having blind people like do certain stuff to help her
Oh
and
my
stuff
gosh!
to get the moving.
There's gonna be somebody complaining. She's not a real blind person.
Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. All right, we also got some updates for the live action season 2 of One Piece. The arcs that they will be doing are going to be Longtown, Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, and Drum Island.
I think they've already started filming, right?
Yes, they already started filming. We got a short little thing seeing a bunch of the new cast members, including Joe Madaleno. How are you pronounce his name?
Megaleo.
Magdaleno?
As Mr. Zero, aka Crocodile. Lyra Abova will be cast as Nico Robin. And we did get to see a glimpse at Choppa. A small glimpse.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's what's gonna happen. Got that. Yeah. We got the release date for Inside Out 2, whenever we'll release on Disney Plus, which will be September 25th. And we're interested in that.
I thought it was October 2nd.
No, September 35th. September 25th. There we go.
Oh, okay. Weird. I thought I saw it said October 2nd, but maybe I missaw it.
Yeah. While at the same time, Deadpool and Wolverine will be hitting it on October 1st.
I did see that.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. The last thing I want to talk about, some Spider-Man news. Picture number 5.
On the way.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. Uh-oh.
5.4. Yeah.
Sony's like, yeah, show us more stuff.
Yeah.
So
So one more
Spider-Man,
time, Will. One more time.
yeah. So Spider-Man 5 apparently definitely in development. Got a director from the Shang-Chi director. Any thoughts?
Until I see a trailer, I'm not even going to focus on this movie just because I think Tom Holland's a great Spider-Man, so there's no hate there. But since Sony is Sony, and Marvel has to kind of put up with Sony, I don't know what they're going to do. And so until I see a trailer, I'm just not going to get worked up over it because there's could be potential some great things. There's also could be some potential for not great things. So
True, very true.
I'm still waiting on like when they announce part 2 of Into the Spider-Verse or something, or Across the Spider-Verse.
there was a lot of stuff with that this past couple weeks.
Yeah,
It-
just
it's
announce
the
that,
works, it's the
please.
works. Yeah, there was some rumors saying that it was delayed, but apparently it is definitely not delayed. They're on track.
Okay, good.
Apparently.
Good. I wanted to be released in Christmas. Like, I just want to watch it now.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're not getting it this year. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
you're not
Yeah,
getting it this
okay.
year. Yeah.
No, just
You're
like
waiting until next year for sure at minimum.
Yeah, maybe next year.
throw all my pops down. Like, no, how
Yeah,
dare
that's-
you?
yeah, yeah. They really didn't plan that out correctly when they were supposed to release it. Like what last
Last
year?
year?
Year before last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they had a release date of it when they dropped the first one.
yeah.
And it was already done, and then
Well, it wasn't done.
not done, but it was
Yeah,
like
but
this
done.
year it was done.
Yeah,
I was
like the
like,
actors
oh.
hadn't been done any voice work yet by that time.
Yeah, they were overly optimistic and also were like, hey, I wonder how much crunch time. We already do that for video games, so we could do the same thing for movies, right?
They're basically like
Yeah.
jumping the shark in this.
Yeah. But hey, we'll see, man. We're looking forward to it. We'll see what happens.
I thought when you said Spider-Man news, I thought you were going to talk about the character they just showed in the new Venom 3 trailer.
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah. Venom 3 trailer. No,
You can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, you can.
we know this is Sony, so
Hey, the only thing I'll say
sometimes
is...
they'll put.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sometimes they put stuff in the trailers that aren't actually in the movie. So grain of
Yeah,
salt. Everyone.
I don't think... Like, there's a difference between... Because you can CGI things out. They actually showed, like, an actor with the makeup on. I don't think they pay to put the makeup on to do that.
Remember Michael Keaton for the second Venom movie?
Yeah.
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 He was in it.
Oh, Michael Keaton.
Yeah. Michael
Mhm.
Keaton was in with Michael
Vulture.
Keaton. Oh, no. Sorry, Morbius. I'm thinking Morbius.
Oh,
He was in
yeah.
Morbius.
Yeah. Remember those trailers? Michael Keaton was in them.
But when they showed that trailer, if you look at it, the scene that they're using is they're showing scenes from when he was in Spider-Man.
Those were new scenes. Those were things that were shot.
I'll have to go look because I thought the scenes I remember, because the biggest thing I remember about those were they were showing like things from other movies.
I don't know. They shot some stuff specifically for that trailer. So
Okay,
yeah,
well, then
they be putting stuff in that's not actually in the movie. So we got hope that we'll see Null, and maybe it'll be something wider that it'll lead into Secret Wars or something. Maybe. I mean, here's
It won't
hoping.
be good, but it could
We'll
be
see.
fun.
Like they could be doing some good stuff. They could not. We'll see.
Yeah.
At
Definitely
least
will see.
at least the Venom movies out of all the Sony projects have been watchable.
I enjoyed Mobius.
Watchable.
I like Morbius too.
I mean,
I you know what? Here's the thing with Morbius is after watching Madam Web, Morbius isn't that bad. But I know when I watched Morbius on Netflix, I was like, wow, that was 2 hours I'm never gonna get back ever. But that's just me. I will say there's some actors doing some great work. I do think Matt Smith knew what his job was and he did it.
Exactly.
But the problem with that is you put him on screen side by side with what's his freaking face?
Leto? Jared Leto?
Why can't I say his name?
Jared Leto.
Yeah, Leto. Yeah.
Jared Leto.
Leto. I don't think Jared Leto's a bad actor, but when you put him side by side with an actor who's a really good actor, Yeah, I'm gonna. Jared Leto does look pretty bad. Yeah. A Venom movie is gonna be as good as it can be without Spider-Man, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not bad. It's not good. It's fine. And
It's
then
in
when
the
it
middle.
comes, yeah, and when it comes to the other characters, sure, there are some great fan favorites, characters like Morbius and other ones, but again, you're building this whole Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man. It just makes it feel really odd. And then also, some of these characters aren't necessarily characters I think that are anything anyone wants. You know, Kraven the Hunter. Who asked for a Kraven the Hunter movie?
Right.
Like, so, you know, Madam Web. Who asked for a Madam Web movie?
Disney actually cares about their fans? Please.
Oh.
Well, of course, Sony's never have. That's why they're putting out a $700 console.
True.
That's why they're stopping the creation of Blu-rays, because they don't want people to be able to have physical media. They want to be able to charge you to rent these things on digital.
I just want to say real quick to everybody before we hit the 12 o'clock hour. Happy Batman Day to everybody.
All right, yeah.
Happy Batman Day. May you
Batman. I don't know what that Batman guy is. I don't know what that is.
You know, he's the dude with the
wish
star
have-
on the Walk of Fame.
All right, yeah. That's
What?
what I'm about that. Yeah.
Yeah, Batman's on Walk of Fame.
I wouldn't know anything about Batman at all.
He's on the Walk of Fame. But it shouldn't be Batman. It should be his voice actor.
Well, I see. Okay, I see what you mean. You're talking about
Shouldn't be Batman.
Kevin Conroy.
It shouldn't be Batman. It should be Kevin Conroy on Walk of Fame, not Batman.
Kevin Conroy is going to be always the best Batman for sure. But
Yeah.
I still am a big Michael Keaton as Batman fan.
I can see that. I can see
Live
that.
action, sure. But in general, it's
And Christian Bale did a great Bruce
No, he
Wayne.
didn't.
No,
No,
it is.
yeah. Bruce Wayne, I give you that.
It was a good, it was a good Bruce Wayne.
Good Bruce Wayne. He sucked as Batman, but good Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, I loved him as Bruce Wayne. He played Bruce Wayne perfect.
Yep. You know what character I like to play from that Bat family? I would love to be Batwing.
Oh, okay.
I would love to be Batwing.
That's one of those characters I feel bad because it's clear that he's a really interesting character that they could do more with.
Yeah.
But it's like they every time they start to do something with him, they put him away. They put him down. It's like Batwing, and then they're like, actually, here's Dick Grayson. Here's Tim Drake. Here's all these other people. We're just gonna forget about it. It's like, that's actually an interesting character you could talk about. You could introduce him and talk about like the Batman Inc. and all those characters.
Right.
But nope, they're not. Which is funny because that would actually be a really good show doing Batman Inc. Because then you don't actually talk about Batman. You could talk about all these other characters.
But all they know is dead parents.
Well, rich people, okay.
Dead rich parents. That's all they know.
Again, yeah, Batman Inc. could be actually probably a lit show. I think it could be really dope.
Man.
And also, it'd be a bunch of Batman all over the world. Like
True.
you could do a lot of cool things. And there's some characters that are really interesting in that storyline, in the Batman Inc. stuff, like Batwing. But I don't know. Again, we'll have to see what James Gunn has plans for. Like I'm holding out for James Gunn to do well. I think he will do well. I just feel bad that he was given the reins, but also with his hand kind of tied behind his back a little bit, because that's how Warner Brothers works. They don't actually give you full control. They're just like, hey, I know we said we're giving you full control, but we're still going to keep doing all these other projects. Don't mind if it messes up everything you're doing. That's fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Shaw. Let's do a couple more. Then we got to roll out.
All right, cool.
Calm down there, Autobots.
Squid Game will debut on December 25th. I'm interested in that.
I mean, I wasn't that interested in Squid Game to begin with, and then I was even more upset when the reality TV didn't actually kill people. So, you know.
It's like the audacity. Like, what do you mean?
I was so mad. There was no actual kids. I didn't see any squids.
I'm just saying, if you are doing a reality TV show, if you are doing a reality TV show based off of a show where the loser dies and no one dies, you're just doing another reality TV show.
This has me watching the show like, I could do this. I could beat these people. Let me join.
Guys, if you
That's
don't
like
want to
trying to
watch
do a
a full
strong
Squid
Dead
Game,
Man
go
Wonderland.
watch-
You know damn good and well these people ain't gonna die. Come on,
What
man.
was that movie? Is it 7 rounds? No, that's not what it is. Is that what is it? What's the one where the guy like goes into? It's similar to Squid Games, where he like has to keep doing these things to earn money, but also like
There's like 5 or 6 shows out there that are similar.
Yeah,
This
there's
one
like,
has
none of
Ron
them were
Perlman
like-
in it.
No, they were like, you know what? This show is so popular, we should turn this into a reality show, but don't kill anybody.
yeah.
See,
They
this-
did
that-
it like 3 times.
Cat's looking for that dystopian future.
Gamers did their versions of it like a whole bunch.
I'll keep asking the question because at that point you're valuing your mortality for money
Mm-hmm.
because you know good and damn well
Please.
you get die.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
You
what's
don't know how you
entertaining.
gonna die. Your ass can die. You just don't know how.
Again, Will, people are
Why?
desperate.
Because it's entertainment, Will. It's funny.
It's like
Yeah,
this
have you
stupid-
not watched all those 80s dystopian movies like Running Man and all those things? Rollerball? People die, man. That's all we want.
Tron.
Exactly.
Did you say Tron?
She did say Tron, and she's
Tron?
right.
Tron wasn't.
And she's right.
I mean,
Mhm.
kinda.
You don't
The
win money
game
from it.
is- Once you get into the Tron universe,
Mm-hmm.
that game was to the death.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Once,
I was like,
once you get not outside but inside, yeah.
I
you're
guess
right.
in my head, I was like, well, they're programs. They're not people. But okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They're programs.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Literally,
and I
like,
saw this earlier, and I forgot to bring it up. SAO has a game coming out.
Yeah.
I don't want that shit.
You gotta get it,
Hey.
Will. You gotta get.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know this.
We have
One
a
of us.
season 2 of Gun Gale Online coming out, and I'm excited.
It's like it's like
excited.
you can be like with 20 people and play SAO with them.
That sounds great to me.
No, I don't.
It's fun.
No.
Question, is it a VR game?
Oh man, if that was the case, I'd be like, goodbye, life.
Oh,
I'm
my
going.
God.
My life
I was
doesn't
gonna
matter.
say-
I'm going into full dive gear. Okay, that's it. That's all I want.
We'll never
I was
see
gonna say, if
Tyler.
it's a
We'll
VR
never
game,
see
then,
Tyler on another
You
episode
might want
ever
to stop
again.
and think about that for just a minute. You know,
I'm
We'll
ready.
never see Tyler again. I
I'm
swear we wouldn't.
Be like Ready
Take
Player
me.
One.
Yeah, Ready Player One. Let's go.
What was that Elon Musk promise like 10 years ago that he was going to make Sword Art? Come on, Musk. Do something right for once. You can't make a truck, apparently. So come on, make me the full dive system.
Yeah.
You'll fuck that up, too.
Yeah. You know, speaking of disappointing, Borderlands ends its theoretical run with only 31 million globally, and their budget was 150 mil.
That movie
Damn.
was trash.
Oh,
It was horrible.
It did make back,
Damn.
it cost them, they said, I think 30 million for the advertising. So they made back their advertising budget.
so I'm still convinced that they just put out a movie to get people to buy the next game.
Right. That
Mm.
yeah.
That
They
would
just
work.
wanted more Steam sales on people playing the original.
Exactly. So that's the whole thing. The movie comes out. The movie's terrible.
Mhm.
But as a result of that, people needed to wash their brains.
Play the Handsome Jack collection.
And so they were like, wait a minute, I can't find my copy of Borderlands or I lost it. Let me go download it on Steam again. And so
I did
the
that on my
purchases and
Xbox.
downloads on Steam were through the roof. And then 3 days later, they're like, oh, by the way, guys, we're working on Borderlands. What are we, 4 or 5?
5. Just be the 5th one.
God.
If they
Yeah.
announced it.
And
Eventually it'll be Borderlands FU. That's what it'll be.
so
called.
I'm pretty sure that they made a crappy movie to sell more video games.
I mean, maybe. The thing is, that's
I think
never
you
been a
just described
strategy
Minecraft
ever
movie.
before
I think
this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Like
described the
that,
Minecraft.
the only thing is that's never been a strategy for any previous video game movies. That right after video
But
games.
none of them were Borderlands movies. Here's the thing: the Borderlands movie had so much potential
I feel like
until
they
they
shadowed
cast
all of
Kevin
it.
Hart as Roland.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Because
I
think
just
about
now
it,
have that Electric Light Orchestra song.
they
Yeah.
cast a character that is 6 foot plus And yes, he has some funny lines, but they're unintentionally funny. He's a very serious character, and they put Kevin Hart.
Yeah. Even
Did
I
you
know
actually
that they
watch
miscast
that?
that movie a lot. And
Did
all
you-
I know about the games is Handsome Jack. That's it.
Yeah,
Who here actually watched it?
I did.
I haven't watched it yet.
I'm
watched
waiting
it.
for it to come on streaming. So, Diamond, is it as bad as they say?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Damn.
It is
I'm
pretty
a-
bad.
I guess Madam Web might be getting knocked off the ropes. I'll be excited to watch Borderlands to see how bad it is.
Yeah, presumably presumably it'll hit Netflix sooner or later. Next couple weeks. Maybe a
And
month.
then be pulled
Because
afterwards.
Deadpool Wolverine's on the way.
Yeah.
I thought I was hearing that they were actually aiming to put it on Stars, which would piss me off if they do. But I think
What the hell watching stars?
Well, right now
Uh,
you can stream it through Amazon
you have
at
to pay for
whatever
it.
their rental rate is.
Yeah,
Ah.
well, you
What the
can
hell
stream it
watching
anywhere for
stars?
20.
What the
yeah.
hell is on stars?
People who watch Power.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Nothing. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I heard. I thought I heard they were going to put it on Stars.
Maybe I can see that.
I mean, isn't John Wick 4 still on Stars? That's why I haven't been able to watch it yet
He
because
said John
Stars
Wick
is holding
4.
on to it.
He said John Wick 4.
I actually haven't watched John Wick 4 yet, which is sad. But
You know,
Eh,
but it's not on any of the streaming platforms, so I can't watch it.
That's why you gotta watch it on 1, 2, 3 movies. And that shit's
Yeah.
gonna be thrown out. Never mind.
Whatever you do, do
Down.
not say the
Like
word
anime.
names of
Don't say
them.
the word.
Yeah,
Don't say the word.
names.
Like all the anime.
You don't want them shits to close down.
Hell no, we need to keep things open.
Then you gotta look for new ones.
Yup. We need to keep them things
Yeah, I'm okay. Like, I have so many things to watch that I'm like, I'm okay. Like, I don't need to go. If I really wanted to watch it that bad, I would have already found a website. I just don't care enough because there's so many other things to watch.
Yeah.
open. All right, Shaw, hit me with one more before we get out of here.
All right. Let me look at
Maybe
the
one
list
more
I got.
time.
All right. So Kelsey Grammer is in talks to return as Beast in the MCU officially.
Oh,
Yes, he is in
Yeah,
talks.
but is that going to be one more movie and then we never see him again? They don't show Beast for another 8 years.
Well, I did hear something about like the next phase being the mutant saga, apparently. So
Yeah, but there's so many mutants you could pick from. Like, you could easily. I mean, I wouldn't want this, but you could do the next 15 years of mutant movies and never talk about Beast.
no, you couldn't. Nah, fuck that.
You 100% could.
Fuck that.
There are
I
so
want
many
Beast. Give me
mutants.
fucking
could.
Beast. Fuck that. Give me Beast.
X-Men.
X-Men Last Stand is worth it only for
You
Kelsey
can do a
Grammer.
different
To be
X-Men
fair-
team. You can do a different X-Men team for like every different part of the continent.
To be fair, Beast was barely in the original first X-Men movies that they put out.
True.
Yeah, and that's what's bad about them.
X2 is actually considered really well liked by a lot of people, and
Their
Beast is
lineup,
not in
yeah,
X2.
but still, their lineup was always bad. I mean, yeah.
The last
That's
movie
not the
was
most
bad.
classic lineup they had.
Mind you, I'm not praising the Beast from the First Class movies. That Beast is shit. I hate
Oh
that shit.
God.
I
Oh,
like
I
that.
agree. I agree with you, Shaw, on that. I agree with
Fuck
you on that.
Beast.
I agree with you on that. You
I
talking
like
about
to see
you
a
talking about Blue
trend.
Furry Boy.
I
You talking about
like
Blue
Shaw-
Furry Boy.
So hear me out. I'm noticing a trend. Shaw's favorite things are blue.
Yep.
I
Blue
mean,
Beetle,
hey, you know,
Beast.
You know he loved the Smurfs too. He loved the Smurfs too.
back in the day,
Boy,
you know,
first up, man. When Shaw
Shaw's
was a
gonna
kid,
be
you know he
crazy
had,
frogging over there.
hey, when Shaw was a kid, you know he had that crush on Smurfette, y'all.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people had a crush on Smurf. That
I think a lot of people did actually.
same with like Lola Bunny and
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
well, Lola Bunnies, you know,
Until
that's
they
fair.
modernized her.
oh, what's her
that
name?
was
Rabbit.
intentional.
Let's go
That was
Rabbit.
probably intentional.
Until
Yeah.
they modernized her.
Mhm.
Damn shame. You do that to Lola like that. That's a damn shame.
Hey, I'm just happy Lola Bunny is still a thing.
Me and this lady got into an argument about that in a store. Damn
What?
shame.
What? Will's just
Yeah,
getting
they're arguing in the store about it.
over cartoon characters.
Damn shame. And it was my daughter who overheard her, and it's like, man, let me set some truth on this lady right here. You don't mess with stuff that's not broken. Lola is fine the way she is, but that's not real America. That's not a real woman. What? Not a real woman?
Well,
That's a
did she
cartoon character.
prefer Bugs Bunny dressed in drag?
I mean,
Well, you know what my response would have been like? Well, ma'am, it is a cartoon that's been drawn. So yes, if you have to sit here and try and tell me that, I think there's more questions about you than me. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Leave Lola alone. Let Lola let her live. Let her live. Don't change it.
I didn't get the. You know what? I don't know if you guys. I haven't watched the most recent Looney Tunes series that they had out for the last couple of years, but the TikToks that I've seen of like scenes from that with Lola Bunny in it makes me want to watch it.
Those
I
are funny.
I don't know if anyone's seen that one where Lola tricks Bugs to admit that she's his girlfriend.
Yes, I have.
Have you seen that, Will?
I've seen that one.
I love it so much when
I'm going
she's
to
like
pull that
trying
up
to
on
say,
YouTube.
and she records it and like is playing it over and over again. And Bugs like,
And Daddy
damn.
not your boyfriend. I'm your boyfriend. What? Nothing.
Say that again?
I'm gonna have to pull that up on YouTube. I gotta watch that. Hey, Shaw, you remember that time when there were superheroes?
Yeah, the Lunatics. That was
Yep.
actually.
I love
actually
that
liked
show.
that show. Yeah, the Lunatics.
I love that show. That show was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool what they did with each their powers, giving them
Yep.
like stuff that relates to them heroes before and stuff like. Yeah, that was cool.
That was awesome.
But nothing will beat the original Space Jam though.
It says Space Jam 2.
Fuck that.
Did you just,
LeBron
say
James
except
That
for
movie
Space
was.
Jam
I
2?
didn't like that movie.
LeBron James sucked.
It
Oh,
did.
yeah.
I thought you meant like.
Space
thought you
Jam
were-
Legacy was just a like portfolio of everything they own for all their licenses. They're like, hey, look at
Yeah,
everything
basically.
we own.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, that's what the original Space Jam was too. It's just, it didn't have LeBron James getting beaten by cartoon characters.
What?
Yeah.
No, the original one was not that.
Yes, it was.
It was.
No.
It was
Good.
marketing. It was
First
high
of all,
marketing. It marketed you to buy shoes.
You had, hey,
and
you
watch
had
Looney
Elmer
Tunes.
Fudd in that movie, damn it. You
Original
had
Original
Elmer
Space Jam
Fudd.
was awesome, man.
You had
Planets
Elmer
of all
Fudd
the
in that movie.
licenses
He
they
had
own.
a rifle and everything. Leave Elmer Fudd alone.
Yeah.
He was
Original
in that
Space
movie.
Jam.
The original Space Jam didn't have they just had the Looney Tune world.
No.
No.
I know that
No.
If
There was
you look-
cameos, but that's it. Just some cameos, and that's it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not
actually. They're not even cameos. There were roles for like what's that dude from
Well, here's the
from
difference, though.
Seinfeld?
From the time that the
Wayne
original was done up until now, Warner Brothers has acquired more.
Yes.
Mhm.
So the original Space Jam, yes, it was still like the same thing where they kept plugging all their own properties,
Mhm.
but they didn't have as many properties, so they kind of carried it through and so when they carried it through into the next one, it seemed like it was more than it was in the first one.
Right.
I guess for me that
So-
if they did it was subtle because I don't
Yeah,
remember
just
it.
the jokes that they joked around about and mentioned a few things basically.
Oh yeah, the jokes, yes.
Yeah.
I
And
remember
plus, you
that.
had some of the greatest basketball players of all time in that first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was-
There's
yeah.
a joke in that first movie that I to this day will always laugh my ass off, and that's when they're going to get his Michael Jordan's stuff, and they're like, hey, Bugs, have you seen all those like cups and T-shirts with our face on it? Have you ever seen any money for that? And he's like, nah, we gotta get new agents. We're getting screwed.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that first Space Jam was awesome. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and wrap this puppy up.
Why do you want
I'm
to wrap
sorry.
up a puppy? You got to put air holes in it at least, because it's gonna die. If you don't put.
See,
How do you wrap a puppy? Do you like do you just
see,
wrap it?
I didn't mean for you to take me literally, Tyler. I didn't mean for you to do that. Didn't mean for you to do that, sir. But yeah, let's go ahead, find out what everybody's doing this week. Shaw, I'll start with you. What you doing this week, buddy?
I'm just finishing up season 5 of The Flash.
Damn, Shaw going down memory lane.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Does he run really fast?
Yes,
See.
very. Very, very. And yeah, that's kind of it. Gonna play some MEC 2, MEC 1, because I got the collection a little bit ago. And yeah, that's it. Nothing else.
Wait, the Flash is red. He's not blue. We need blue for Shaw.
Blue Lantern Flash.
We need a blue Flash for Shaw.
I have that shirt. The Blue Lantern Flash shirt, I have that.
There you go.
Damn. The color blue. All right. Cat, what you got going on?
Well, last Sunday we launched the new platform for Feast of Fandoms. As many of you know, you're used to watching us over with Geek News Now. That platform is sunsetting in October. But fear not, some of us have gotten together and we have developed a new geek entertainment platform for you called Feast of Fandoms. You can find us here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All you have to do is search Feast of Fandoms. MCU Monday will be on with their coverage of Agatha All Along. Then there will be Cantina Happy Hour on Thursday, and then we will be back on Saturday.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, Dom, what you got going on?
So I'm going to try to upload more videos of Kingdom Hearts, along with streaming with my friend the Police Simulator game.
Police Simulator. That can't end well.
Police Simulator. Is Shaw in
Yeah,
it?
I saw that on Game Pass the other day.
Is Shaw in it?
Do you get points for every minority you take out, or
So the thing is that me and my friend were just messing around, and he ended up like doing something on the game where it said, "Oh, your partner created police brutality by shooting a car." I'm like, "What the? How'd you do this? How'd you end my shift?"
What? Damn.
But it's okay. They had good lawyers, so they got off. It's fine.
No, they didn't. I was pissed at my friend. Like, how dare you?
Damn.
In that game, you know what it probably was? You probably shot a white person's car. That's the issue.
It probably was. And then we all made we both made terrible decisions. Like, you got weed in your car over 75 ounces?
Oh, man, you're in trouble. You in trouble then.
It turns out you were actually just playing Grand Theft Auto, but they labeled it Police Simulator. No.
Oh, man. All right. And last but not least, we got Mr. Wayne over here. Tyler, what you doing this week, buddy?
As people know, battling some financial problems, which is always fun. But the one bright side to that is I am going to a concert on Monday because tickets were paid for long ago, so I don't need to pay for anything. Green Day and Smashing Pumpkins in Seattle. So that should be fun. Other than that, I'll be just I've been rewatching Pokemon. People know in the chat I've been doing that, which has been wild. There are so many things I did not remember in that series, but it is so much fun watching it. I'm going to keep rewatching it as long as I can, because I don't know how much longer my 7-day free trial on Prime will give me for the Pokemon channel, and I don't have any money in my bank account. So until it
new accounts by adding new emails to it and start the cycle over and over again.
But then I'd have to create a whole separate Prime account just to get to the Pokemon channel. So that might be a lot of work just for nothing.
That's too much work.
Or you watch it on websites that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
You do that.
You know what? I might do that.
You can do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause that's a lot of work for Pikachu.
Yeah. And I'm on the Adventure in Orange Islands. So I'm in those right now. I think I have another 25 or 30 episodes until I make it to Pokemon 2000. So I'm trying to watch it all in order from how they're supposed to play out, which is hard to do, by the way, because Netflix and all the other stuff did not release them in order on their streaming platform. So that's been fun. I've been writing these down in notes this episode doesn't make sense. Why is it 15 episodes after he became Charizard, we're back to Charmander? What? How? What? Are these Digimon?
So the Pokemon movies are completely canon or no?
What?
So the movies are completely canon or no to the show?
It's 50-50, depends, because...
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, the first movie does end with Mewtwo erasing everyone's memory. So,
multiverse.
Yeah, well, the end of that movie, technically no one's supposed to remember what happened. So,
there's a sequel. There's a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah, so...
Well, I'll get there. Okay. We'll get there.
There you go. All right, everybody. Oh, real quick with me. I'm going back and watching all the DC crossovers.
Cool.
Ooh, okay,
So that's what I'm doing. I'm going back
crossovers by themselves? So just crossovers by themselves?
Yeah, there's crossover by themselves.
One of these days, I will watch the full Arrowverse experience because I never watched the full Arrowverse experience. So
I brought it up the other day in chat. I just thought it was mismanaged and miswritten and not written correctly.
I think it starts great. Like a lot of the first few seasons up to 3, 4, 5 were great, but as they go along, they start to kind of lose the plot a little bit.
I remember the first like 4 or 5 seasons of Arrow, and I loved it, and I didn't continue. I watched the first 2 seasons of The Flash, and I didn't continue. I didn't watch Legends of Tomorrow. I didn't watch Black Lightning. I didn't watch Supergirl. I have been watching Superman and Lois. That's been great. I watched Stargirl. I watched Titans. Well, I guess I didn't finish Doom Patrol yet either. But like all these, and then they're not necessarily Arrowverse. They're kind of separate from Arrowverse.
Yeah, kind of adjacent.
You kind of
Yeah. So, but I mean,
at least, we you weren't part of the show back then, but at least you didn't have to sit through and watch Naomi like we did.
Oh,
I also tried. I tried to watch
trash.
Batwoman. I watched 2 episodes of Batwoman and gave up.
I didn't like. I didn't like it. I didn't like the. I didn't like the first 2 seasons.
The
But
first
the third
season
one
was
was
to be that
cool.
what's her face, and then they switch over in season 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gets a little better after. I mean,
It gets a little bit better. I was looking forward to the next season, the way that one ended, but we never got it. But
Batwing comes into that series, doesn't he?
right at the end, yeah.
Useless. Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that the end? Oh, that sucks. That's even worse.
No, we have him for at least a season.
Yeah, we got him for a season.
Okay,
We got him for a
good.
season. Yeah.
Okay.
At least, yeah.
We got him for a season. Yeah.
Wasn't
that
great,
was actually
though.
because I knew he was in it was the reason I was like, well, let me give Batwoman a try. And I know he came in later, but I was like, let me try. And I watched those first 2 episodes, and I was like, nope, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I just think Melissa Benoist was the MVP of that Arrowverse right after her would be Grant.
I still think Steve Amell did great as. I mean, obviously he was just Batman, but the Green Arrow Batman skin, was fun and great, and I loved it, and it was something that I enjoyed a lot, and
that is like Melissa
I would say that Arrow was the most solid of all the shows, like season wise. Like it had the most solidly good seasons compared to the rest.
And it made the more sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and season 2, he's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't kill people.
Yeah.
maybe I need to put like balls at the end of my arrows or something, so I'm not like murdering everybody.
Suspension of disbelief that people don't die in that show at times.
Yeah.
But he was straight up murdering everyone in season 1. Like, that's how he
he went murder hobo. Like,
he was like, "You fucked up this city, die."
I wish you would have said it like that. I wish you would have said it like that. You fucked up this city.
I still think there's a lot of controversy. I really think there's a lot of controversy between like Amell and Warner Brothers, because I do think that he got burned. I think that they were talking about at one point maybe Green Arrow on the big screen, and they probably didn't talk to him about it, and then he was pissed. And I get it. I'd be pissed too if I'm doing really well on this show and I've basically kicked off your series and you don't.
Why wouldn't I be your Green Arrow on the big screen? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And seeing how well the Flash worked, I think they probably should have taken the show guy and done big screen after seeing how successful.
They should have took Grant.
Yeah. Most definitely.
I just say Melissa I thought was the MVP because she had played so many different roles.
Who we talking? What character?
Supergirl.
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, I wish I had.
Because she had to play so many different roles in that series and in a crossover. And the way she had to go to portraying a Russian, betraying a Russian / alien. Then she went to the other crossover, and she was the other nationalist. I just thought she had to play. Huh?
We saw multiverses of her.
Yeah,
couple. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
We saw multiverses. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we saw multiverses of everybody in the CW, I think.
Yeah. They did Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yep.
Oh,
because we got Red Sun, we got Red Sun Supergirl, and we got Uber Girl, and she did.
Uber Girl,
yeah, she did so well with balancing all 3 of those characters. I thought that made her the MVP of everybody in the series. Then we got Superman and Lois right after, and that's in this last run now. So
Yeah, they're about to
I'm gonna
do
have to watch that last
the
season.
Superman storyline for the last season,
yeah,
which honestly kind of bores me because we've seen it before.
Yep.
You know, like
Yep.
did it in animation twice, so kind of don't care
See it
about seeing it in
again.
live action.
DC is very famous for like, oh, we did something right once. I'm gonna do it 17 more times. Well, how many different times can I tell you the Injustice verse or the Flashpoint series? Like, we're just gonna do it 100,000 times. I mean, this is the group that has Crisis on Infinite Earths, but also like Crisis on 10 Earths, and then like Crisis on, like they just have to do the same thing over and over again. They're basically Disney at this
To
point.
be fair, those are very different stories. I mean,
They are,
they just
but
use the similar names, but yeah, those are very different stories.
I mean, all the Flashpoints, they're all different too, but yet they're all called Flashpoint.
This is true. All right, guys. And this one said thank you for everybody out there in TV land giving us some watch tonight. Thank you for coming through. I want to thank the crew here for coming through tonight. I appreciate you guys for coming through. And please don't forget to check us out on Feast of Fandoms next week, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, our new home. So please don't forget to check us out there. And if there's nothing else, we'll see all you guys next week. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care.
Peace.
Peace.